This is Nessa from Infinitely Zero's channel. Today is December 6th. This is my second video for today, so that's why I'm wearing the same stuff. Just figured I would do a quick video on some of the yarn that I bought from Herrschners recently, so a little Herrschners yarn haul. I needed to get some specific yarn that I didn't have for a sweater pattern that I'm testing. I'm actually testing 3 sweater patterns. I haven't started the other 2 yet. So as I mentioned earlier, and today is January 6th, 2024. Happy New Year if you haven't seen my videos already. And I was going to mention a lot of the videos on my channel are yarn related content or crochet related, also Tunisian crochet, a little bit of knitting there and some loom knitting. This is a hoodie from Warm Up America saying warming hearts and bodies, and you can get some of their merchandise to show support, or they have I mentioned it in the previous video before, they're based out of Texas, and they have a list of different organizations that are requesting needing items like blankets for different charities or hats or scarves. Yeah, so there's a lot more on their website. I'll have the link below in the description box. And this hat that I'm wearing, I made, it's the newspaper boy hat. Thank you so much to Michi. She had mentioned that it was a quick make. The pattern is available on video from Bag O Day's crochet channel. So shout out, if you haven't checked out Michi's channel, check it out. She just recently had a live that went really well, and it was nice chatting with you earlier today when you were watching my other video, and thanks for the compliment. So yeah, so I'll also have a link to this cap in my description box below, to the tutorial. And I used Joanns Big Twist Value Yarn in the color, I believe it was olive drab. Not sure if this exact color is discontinued, but you can find a similar olive color in that, a colorway in that yarn. Anyways, let's get into the yarn, and then after I will talk about some of the recent projects that I finished, which is this blanket that's here, and some of my current makes. So yeah, so I bought, they had this, they have gradient packs that are on sale. This was the gradient blue pack, which is the worsted 8 yarn from Herrschners. It's their acrylic yarn, 100% acrylic, 489 yards. I've definitely shown this before on my channel. It's 8 ounces, 226 grams, 489 yards, or 448 meters. And they recommend, it says it's machine washable and dryable, and they recommend a size I9 hook, which is a 5.5 crochet hook. Currently it's on sale. The 4-pack is $16.99. Their usual sort of sale price for it is $17.99. Sometimes these even run for around $22 or $23. So yeah, so at $17, I think it's a good deal. I've bought a really pretty purple one before and things like that, but I wanted to get the blue this time around. I also saw that they had some sparkle Halloween Christmas yarn, which I think they should have released before Christmas, not after, but I was like, hey, I can get this for maybe next year, maybe some winter makes. Let's try it out. Let's see how it is. So I decided to order it. It was a 4-pack. I only ordered one set just to try it out. They were a bit pricier than their solid non-sparkle worsted 8. So these worsted 8 sparkle, the holiday pack was $22.99. I believe separate they cost like $5.97 if you can even get them separate. So I really liked this blue one. It's like a blue white with a dark blue and a gray. And they have a center pull, which makes it easy. They're also the same specs as that blue yarn, which is at 489 yards. This colorway is called Frosty. I will mention what I did notice with this. These seem a little thinner than some of their other previous ones. Like this is the Halloween sparkle, and if you notice, that looks a little thicker. Which is definitely a much thinner a much thinner 4. Closer, I would think, to like a thicker 3. And I also noticed it's less obvious in this one, so it's not so bad, but it's really bad in 2 of the other colorways of this holiday sparkle, where the colors bleed into the white. So you could probably see it there, the white in the blue into the white. You just gotta trust me. It's there. I'll show you. It's more apparent, like here. Do you see that bleeding into the white there? Into the white yarn. Where it's not the actual transition. It's it's like spotty. Anyways, so it's not so bad in this one. It's very apparent in the Christmas sparkle yarns that have red in them for this pack. I don't know if that was intentional or if it was a thing. You don't see it happening in the Halloween one. I have the other ones, and which are lighter. I didn't pull out the whites. But you definitely didn't see it in the lighter color of the green for the Halloween sparkle yarn. So here I'll show you this colorway. It was called Sweet Tinsel. It's really pretty, more traditional red and greens of Christmas colors. But you definitely see that situation that I'm talking about, right? So then some of those whites here aren't like crisp white. It's more like a pinkish red rubbed off, green rubbed off. So I would also be very cautious if you make something with this and you wash it with something, if there's going to be color runoff. And these are the same. They're all the same specs. This was the color Hollyberry. And this one you can definitely see it a lot in there, just all around, which is what made me look at the other skeins and be like, oh my gosh, you know. So I don't know if anybody else has ordered this yarn and has had problems like that for this holiday sparkle. You see it all in there. Let me know, I guess, in the comments. Also, if you have any ideas of what I can make with this, or also the other furry yarn that I'm going to show, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Thanks. And then this one didn't really have that problem, and this is the Holiday Elegance colorway, which is actually really pretty. And I think I showed the Sweet Tinsel. So this is what the colors look. This is more of like an evergreen green and like a darker red. So it reminds me more of like vintage Victorian sort of Christmas. And this is more traditional Christmas colors. And then this is the Hollyberry. Maybe this helps so you can see the difference of the colors. And then this is the blue with those 3. It's hard to hold all of these at once. So yeah, so just be careful with that, you know, if you're making stuff and washing it. So one of the I'm currently testing 3 sweater patterns for a designer. 2 I haven't started yet. I also haven't finished that tunic, but they already released that pattern, and the same for that chevron blanket that I mentioned in another video of mine. So because that chevron blanket's also released, I just have it kind of on the back burner, and I'll work on it later. So one of the patterns that I will be testing is a Tunisian crochet pattern that uses boucle yarn that's like a furry yarn. The designer is using a yarn from We Crochet, and it was a bit pricey, so I decided to look for cheaper alternatives, less expensive alternatives through Herrschners and try out some new yarns. So I decided to order this one, which is Knob Hill from Artesia. And remember, again, I was looking for furry boucle yarns. It should be much easier to be able to work with it doing Tunisian crochet. Just by the nature of it. I've actually used homespun yarn on that and the loom knit, and it was a lot easier to use. So this colorway is Sugar Almond. It's a light 3 yarn. That's what they categorize it as. It says machine wash, dry, flat, 55% acrylic, 21% polyester, 16% nylon, 8% wool. It is soft. It says it's 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 393 yards, or 360 meters. And they recommend a 3.75 millimeter or F5 crochet hook, or a 3.75 or size 5 US knitting needles. The same specs, I got the one in blue. This one was actually sold out on their site. The colorway is Riviera. So it's like pretty blue white strands. It's not super thin, so I'm hoping it'll work for what I need it to work. And then there was these other ones which I wanted to try out, which I thought might work too, which they sell individually on Herrschner's site or in 5-packs, which is the Department 71 Silhouette. And this is kind of their blue color. This is sort of what it looks like. Again, I was looking for a boucle furry yarn. This is a 70% acrylic, 30% polyester, categorized as a 3 lightweight yarn, 3.5 ounces, again 100 grams, 324 yards, or 297 meters. Also soft, not as soft as the other one. It's made in China, and they recommend a 4 millimeter size 6 US knitting needles, or a 5.5 millimeter I9 crochet hook. And this is a color named Akai. I couldn't decide, so I got the grayish black one. I got the brown one, which isn't looking very brown in my video, and the dark red. So the dark red, the colorway is called Cerise. It looks really washed out here, but it's like a burgundy. This one's called Coffee Bean, and this one is called Tuxedo. So I haven't decided yet which yarn to use, but out of these 6 of these furry boucle yarns, just put in the comments which one you think I maybe should use to make this sweater. I'd be interested to see what folks say. And I also wanted to say, if you like my videos, please don't forget to click like and subscribe. And that's it for the yarns. I really just needed to buy these furry thin ones. All the boucle kind of furry yarn that I have was either for bulky or super bulky or much thicker. I didn't have thin yarn like that, or I had one that was really thin and then I just didn't have enough of it that came in a mystery box. So on to finished projects. So I just finished this one earlier this week. Last weekend I was working on it. And that's how my border came out. Which came out really nice. So this was done with Bernat blanket yarn phasing. Perfect phasing. This is the orchid colorway, dark orchid, something like that. It's a free pattern available on Yarnspirations site. Moogly had a video tutorial on it. It's called the flowerburst afghan, and I decided to modify it, so I made it bigger. It's about like 60 something by 60 inches by 59 inches, something like that. I used 4 cakes of that yarn to make it this size. I decided to not add their little flower embroidery to the end, and I also and I added as the color transition from dark to light, then I added the new cake in whatever color it was at that point in time. And I also decided to add a crab stitch, which is a reverse single crochet border, to give it a nice clean finished border, finished look. So I finished that. I also finished this as a completed project. Sorry, I'll put that away later. And it's like really bothering me. There we go. Hopefully it won't cave and fall in on me while I'm doing the video. I've been working on, this is one of the sweater patterns that I'm testing. I'm not going to talk about it a lot. All I have to say is that I'm using Joanns Big Twist tweed yarn. And this is what it looks like. Ta-da! That's the ribbing. That's the sweater. That's all you get to see for now until the pattern's released. And I had started working on, during the holidays, a Tunisian crochet pattern. That's for a little like purse or bag. This is the basket weave stitch. Hold on, I'm kind of attached here to the yarn, and it's not letting me pull it more. So this is the right side. This is my double-ended hook, 6.5 millimeters. I'm using I got some Ogos on sale. I think this is the colorway newspaper. They were at Ollie's for like less than $4 for an Ogo. This is what the reverse side looks like. I hope I'm doing the pattern right. The pattern was recently released on Heart Hook Home. It's available free there. And I'm using, you need to use 2 balls or skeins of yarn when you do in the round. Tunisian in the round. But I'm using the same colorway. But the color is like this. Doop, 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 doop. It's like this, so it changes on its own. So I actually have it transitioning as I'm working on it, which is, here we go, which is why it looks like that. And it's a combination of Tunisian knit stitches with purl stitches. You switch it every 5 rows, and I think it's every 4 stitches, and then you switch the stitch. Yeah. That's a little closer look, and that's how that is. I wanted to mention, I had seen last week that there's 2 channels that are doing Tunisian Tuesdays, so that's pretty cool if you want to check them out. I can't exactly remember their names right now, what those channels were called. It seemed like they were doing more sort of like intro Tunisian information last week. They're talking about their hooks and different projects that they've done and things like that. So I don't know, it can be something you check out if you're interested. And yeah, I can't find that right now. Oh yeah, okay, one is called Nina's Knots Crochet YouTube channel, and the other is Scraptastic Yarns. And thanks so much to Scraptastic Yarns. She did mentioned to my channel a few weeks back, and a shout out there. So if you guys are interested in that, and also Knitter Knotter is starting up a her 2024 Tunisian crochet along, and this year it's actually Tunisian in the round, so you would need a double-ended stick like that, or regular Tunisian crochet hooks with a cable, and then have a hook on each side of the cable. You could set that up as well. And those are going to be in hexagons, and you join all the hexagons. She's using fingering weight yarn, chroma from We Crochet or Knit Picks, wherever they sell it at both. If I decide to do, if I decide to do the crochet along, I will probably use a bit thicker weight yarn, because I don't have that yarn. And I don't know, I don't particularly want to work with yarn that's that thin. It hurts my hands. Might be a little better with Tunisian crochet, but I also don't have, I would like to work down my stash. I have way too much yarn, and I'd like to use some of the yarn that I have here at the house. So she's actually releasing the hexagons either every 2 weeks or later on in the schedule every week. She releases the charts for the hexagons for the Cal for 24 hours for free, the PDF. You can download it. So she has a schedule on her website. I'll put a link to the crochet along if you guys are interested. Let me know if anybody's going to do that. I'd be curious if any of you are going to join any of these crochet alongs, or make alongs, or just the Tunisian days. So yeah. Not sure if you'd like to see more Tunisian content on my channel. I so far was thinking of not doing any tutorials, because there's so many great other tutorials out there, and I also don't have a way right now to film top down. So you would kind of be seeing me front-wise if I was doing a video, and I believe I don't think it's as good of a view. So anyways, thanks so much for watching and joining. That's everything I had to share with you today. And, yeah, take care and Happy New Year. Thanks. Bye.